Hey, what's up guys? Brownie here coming to you with some more AFKJourney, and for today's video I thought we'd hop in and do some Supreme Arena, well not actually Supreme Arena fights, but we're going to set up my defenses for the upcoming season, and I figured I'd show you guys some defensive wins from last season because my teams were doing really well. If you check out here, I had a lot of defensive wins, so yeah, we're going to check out some of these fights so you can sort of see how the teams work and get the idea for them. And then, yeah, we're just going to go in here and set up my teams. So the first team that I'm going to be setting up is the Light Bearer team. And this is the team I used last season. However, this season I'm going to switch out Lucius for Luca. And we're just going to see how he does. And since we're doing that, we're going to change our positioning around. So we're going to get Luca in here. We're going to put him as the frontmost ally. We're going to put Rowan and Aaron behind him because that's going to help with his second skill. I forget the name of it, but it will provide him more shielding and just more survivability. And then we have Tassie and Vala in the back on the special tiles, so they get double actives. And the cool thing about those two on the tiles is Vala will manipulate a lot of energy on the enemy team, plus she will she'll sort of give us that burst damage that we need to kind of suppress the enemy team while Tassie is working up to her first active. And then once Rowan feeds her an active, it's kind of game over and she's going to steamroll and just do a lot of cool things. Now, the other part of this team is to hopefully maybe bait out the use of an enemy Lily May or maybe even a Dunliner. And then I won't have to worry about either of those heroes on Team 2 or Team 3. So that's another kind of side goal for this team. But yeah, I really like this Lightbearer team this season with the talent trees and stuff. It's just a lot of fun to use. Now, this artifact actually fits this team so well, and I'm going to actually hop out of here. Let me save this setup, though, so we have the first team all done. But I want to show you guys this artifact because it's so good for this team. it kind of fits perfect. Now, it's the Valor Shield artifact. So it says when a battle starts, it grants the shield equal to 100% of the team's attack to both the frontmost and rearmost allies. So both of them are getting a shield, and it lasts up to 10 seconds. While the shield is active, the shielded allies remain immune to control effects, and the frontmost ally gains 75% physical defense and magic defense, which is huge for Luca because he gains shields based off of his physical and magical defense, so boosting that is just that much better. And then on top of that, it's giving him a shield equal to the team's attack. And the rearmost ally gains a 60 haste boost, or buff, and that's massive. And then when it's at level 25, you actually get a 75 haste boost, and Luca's going to get a 90% boost to his magical and physical defense. And the initial shield is now 140% of the team's attack. So it's just a super solid artifact for this team, and it to me it just kind of fits perfectly. So keep that artifact in mind if you're using a Tassie team and need some more survivability on your upfront tank. If you don't have a Luca who's already like really tanky and survivability is through the roof. But anyway, I can show you guys a fight of this team. So the goal is, like I was saying, to kind of have Vala picking up the slack where Tassie isn't able to get her actives off in time, and we'll just go ahead and watch this fight. Now, this team was set up on the special arena map 5, so it had the tiles where you get the instant actives. So that my Rowan kind of fed my Tassie a little bit of energy, but she kind of left the area of Rowan, so she didn't get a full Rowan active. And yeah, but once we get her active out there, you see that she kind of starts steamrolling, killing some enemies. The Vala's picking off the remaining ones, and as our Tassie is working up the ability to get another active off, Vala's just continuously picking off the enemy heroes, and there she picks off the last life of the enemy Tassie. So it's a pretty cool team. I really like it. I hope it does well this season too. The other thing that I like about it is that I'm using Aaron, and that helps to keep the enemies grouped up nicely. And Tassie really appreciates that because she does damage to adjacent enemies and all that kind of stuff. Also, the other thing that's really, really nice about this Valor Shield artifact is they have CC immunity. So not only can you have Luca, who is steadfast and can't be moved around, he now can't be CC'd while he has the shield active, and neither can the Tassie. So yeah, just another reason for that artifact to be used. Now Team 2, we are using Seth, Shakir, Freyesto, Scarlita, Coco team, and I'm putting the Illusion Freyesto in front of the Seth. Both the Seth and the Shakir are on the Mauler tile, and then the Freyesto is in front of Shakir. I have Coco, in the middle here, boosting up the Scarlita's stats with her charm skill, and yeah, that's going to be this team. We're using Verdant Spell because Verdant Spell gives a really nice penetration boost to rogues, which Seth and Shakir are, and they're doing most of the damage. So yeah, this, and then it also gives my tanks a lot of damage reduction, and yeah, it just gives a lot of really solid stats to your team, and this works really well. But the one thing I don't really like about this map is it deals true damage equal to 20% of max HP to the frontmost enemy or ally, and reduces their max HP by an amount equal to 50% of their lost HP every 5 seconds. So it's just like, it's just automatic damage to your frontmost hero, and I don't know if I like that much. Which actually reminds me, if Scarlita doesn't count as my frontmost hero, it's probably going to do Freyesto, and it'll most likely do the one that's in the illusion slot right there. So I'm going to have to switch the Shakir and the Seth, and I want the illusion Freyesto to be considered the frontmost ally, so he can, if he gets killed by this true damage thing, I don't know how strong it's going to be, but you know, then my main body of Freyesto can just put another illusion out. So yeah, and that's Team 2. It's a solid team. I really like using it. Does some cool things. Just wanted to pause it here quick because I forgot to mention that putting Rainier in here in Coco's spot is also a really solid move, because it'll force the enemy team to really, really think about their positioning, because a lot of these spots on the enemy map will be a Rainier swap position, and that can be a pain in the butt for a lot of teams. So putting Rainier in Coco's place could also be a good thing, and then that would give you the Celestial Hypogen talent buff, and that can be really, really strong. So keep that in mind for this team, and let's go to Team 3. And then we've got Team 3, which is my Dio team, and this one I change around a little bit depending on how things are going, but I got my Dunleaner in here. We're gonna put Damien, I guess, like that, and then Leica can go, I guess Leica can go like right here. So we'll do something like this. I would like to move, it's just, the positioning's different with Dunleaner. I might change this team around, take Dunleaner out, put Parissa in, change Damien to, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how this team does. That's the other thing, is you kind of just got to test, and I can't actually put Dianel in this spot because he won't get the buff from the Enlightenment spell, so I would need to actually move him and keep him in this spot, but then, you know, it's Lily May, so Dunleaner is just a no-go on this map, I think. Let's go ahead and let's put in Parissa, and we're going to give her the tile. Put Leica like right there, and I also like the Lily May there. Now we just need a tank. Who should we put in for a tank? I mean, we could put Olmus in to keep the faction talent. Well, no, I guess we don't have the factional buffs in this, so yeah, I don't need to really worry about that. I already have all. We could just put Thorn in. I mean, might as well use him. His freaking active is just known for demolishing melee teams, and this has a choke point. This map has a choke point, so it can be a really good map for Thorn. But yeah, I think these are the teams we're going to run. We should get the buff from the Parissa to the Diano, the Leica buff, and then the Enlightenment buff. That will give us our full Nectar stacks, giving us our Mythic skill. Thorin can do his Thorin things, Lily May can do her Lily May things, and yeah, I think I like it. Now the only other thing I was possibly thinking about doing is maybe taking Coco out, putting in one of my other Celestial units. Like maybe I take out Coco, put in Dunliner here so that Shakir is able to do his active. Have to do this, something like this. And that could be interesting, but we'll leave it with Scarlita for now, or with Coco for now. But yeah, that might be an option. We'll see. We'll see what happens. See how these fights go this coming season. And yeah, let's go ahead and hit save. Now we can go ahead and hop into some of these defensive wins and whatnot that you guys can check out. So we saw Team 1 fight. Team 3 was my Dio team, so we can check out a fight here real quick where we win. See that fight in action. Now this map last season, I really didn't like this map that much, and yeah, I didn't like the way it had you position your heroes. But as you can see, my Dio team is just really strong. And Dio is he's overpowered in PvP. It's so crazy. If you put a decent team around him, he's gonna do so much for you. So yeah. But anyway, let's see Team 2 here. Okay, Team 2 is our Seth Shakir team. So let's go ahead and check this one out. We're fighting a Nara Rainier team. I think I've heard about this team before. It's pretty decent, but looks like we are able to take this one out. I was using Alsa on this one, and I kind of liked Alsa in some of these. She came in clutch in a lot of these fights, so she's a good substitute for if you don't necessarily need the healer, like Coco or whatever. You could put Alsa in her place, or you could put Alsa in Scarlita's place. But Scarlita is just really solid for this team. So there's that. But yeah, the Alsa came in clutch sometimes with her stuns and just her actives going crazy. But yeah, it's a cool team. The Seth and the Shakir are a lot of fun to use. And sorry about that phone call there. But yeah, actually I think that's going to be about it for today's video. I just wanted to show you guys what my defense was going to be for this upcoming season, and I'm going to kind of try to do some more videos on Supreme Arena and as this season starts, which actually starts tonight, so that's cool. We'll see how these teams go. I'll let you know if I need to change anything, show you guys what I change and all that kind of stuff, and then we'll do some offensive attacks. We'll have some fun with Supreme Arena. Since the Primal Lord's done, you can set your talent trees up for more PvP oriented stuff, so that's cool. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Please like and subscribe, and have a good day.